Don't go straight to preaching. Okay. So if you're here to... We are Our Place Out Loud. I am your lovely and captivating host, Louise Palanker. You're not alone at our place. We are here with a panel of wise and wonderful teens. In the studio, we've got Jake, we've got Montana, Aaron, Nina, Nikki. Give yourselves a round of applause, just in case nobody at home is doing so. If it's too late for you to clap loudly, then just you could do the golf clap. Everyone, who's out there yelling?
Matt. It's Matt.
Oh, Matt's out. Matt's out in my hallway yelling. That's odd.
There's some Premiere issues.
He's
screaming.
screaming.
He's screaming about Premiere, his day job. So we have some wonderful guests in the studio. We have Laura and John who are here on operating Periscope. So if you're watching us on YouTube, thank you and we love you. If you're watching us on Periscope, thank you and we love you. Yay, there they are. Very well. So the first question comes in from Anonymous, and it says, "Hey, Wheezy, so my boyfriend is invited to a pool party of a birthday of a girl, but that girl is really good friends with her ex, so she's going to be there." I think she meant his ex. Yeah. So she's going to be there, and a lot of girls in bikinis. But I don't like that idea. Honestly, I'm a bit insecure, and I do trust him, but I don't trust those girls, and especially his ex, because she still likes him. He said he wants to go because his best friend, who is going to, likes a girl, and my boyfriend knows her, and she's going too, so his best friend wants him to introduce them. His best friend even asked me if I agree, and I just said yes, but the truth is I don't. I don't know if I should tell him that I don't want him to go because his ex is going to be there. I don't want to sound possessive and insecure. What should I do? We are both 17, and we have 7 months together. This is a conundrum. Montana, take it away.
I think actually Aaron has a much stronger point to make because as soon as you read the question, he was like, So I'm going to give it to him first.
Oh, thank you. So it just occurs to me that if you are having trouble accepting the fact that your boyfriend wants to go to a party hosted by someone who isn't his ex, and his friends will be there and other people, and you're not comfortable with that, if you think that something bad's going to happen and it's going to jeopardize your relationship, then maybe your relationship isn't as strong as you think it is. Maybe you need to re-examine this, because that's not the party's fault. There's something else in your head that's telling you something's wrong.
Montana?
I also think when people say, I trust him, but his ex, but these girls, that's not actually a statement of trust. That's always contradicting your trust in somebody. So I think that's I trust you, but not really that much. Because whatever that the ex or those girls do, he can resist. He has full, free will in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
I think that maybe she needs to talk to her boyfriend, not specifically about the party, but how much she trusts him in general. And also, I thought that couples go to parties together, but I don't know what's the deal with that. Maybe it would make her feel better to get to know these people and go to the party with him if that's okay. It is also a little weird that your boyfriend's going to a party by himself and not with her, but that I don't think that's a trust issue sort of thing. I think you just need to talk with him, communication. And Nick?
Also, they've been together for 7 months. It's not a thing where it's... When I first read this, I thought it was they were 13 before I got to the end. It's a young, immature kind of thing. But, they're 17 years old and they've had 7 months together. If you're at that point in the relationship and you're still having these kind of doubts about the relationship, then maybe it's time to take a step back and either talk to him or just consider the state of the relationship.
I feel it's kind of suspicious that he put together this situation where he gets to attend this party without her. And it may be the final year when you actually don't get to bring a date to a party just automatically. It's oh, you're invited, but, you're invited. And at what age do you get to bring someone if you're in a couple, Montana?
That's absolutely not true. My boyfriend gets invited to parties, but they're pointedly don't bring Montana, and he's no, I'm not doing that. I'm bringing her, and then he brings me.
So it is a thing.
That is definitely a thing. The fact that he's going to a party where some girls are going to be, and they're going to be wearing bikinis, yeah, that happens your whole life. It's weirder that he's not bringing her, and maybe he is asking her, I don't really know, but I think she should discuss that part of the situation before she discusses the ex part.
Nina?
Yeah, my initial reaction was, why isn't she going? Why is everybody a lot of people gonna be there and she wasn't invited? I'm confused.
It
on
feels
that.
like he's setting up a
Yeah,
situation
why-
where he gets to
He's
see
setting up a
lot of
situation where
girls
he's gonna
in
cause a
bikinis.
problem.
Yeah. Or where he's going to be tempted to create a problem. Aaron.
And now I'm going to kind of change sort of my my direction and say, at the same time, given all this, and yeah, he's going to this party, whatever else, and I agree it's weird that he's going and you're not going, but outside of that, looking in another direction, he's not with that girl anymore, is he? He's with you for the past 7 months, right? So that should tell you something that, at least so far, he's kind of been into you, right? Does that mean anything?
But I feel like she gets to be uncomfortable about the situation.
Oh, yes.
I don't feel that she's being unreasonable to be uncomfortable and that she should express it. And if I told my husband I'm uncomfortable with you going to that without me, I don't want to speak for him, but I don't believe he would be comfortable going somewhere that made me uncomfortable. And plus the fact that my husband could go to a party full of bikinis, and I'm sure he would enjoy looking at them, but I wouldn't worry because those girls can't be trusted, because I do trust my husband. If you're married to someone who's attractive, other people will flirt with that person. That is just the way the world works. And they don't even have to be that attractive. Have you seen some of these stories on Dateline where people murder each other because they go to church together and like, really? Someone cheated with that guy?
I was
Okay.
watching Dateline last night.
Who wants to date that guy? And he's married? I don't get it.
I was actually looking at my friend's Instagram today, and she's the kind of person who posts like obsessive pictures about her boyfriend. And then I was looking at pictures of her boyfriend, and I'm like, really? Because he has a unibrow from here to here.
Right.
And she's like, I love him so much. He's so handsome. And I'm like, really?
And if she thinks it, other people will think it. I'm just saying.
Somebody's got to think it.
If your husband or boyfriend is alive and breathing, someone else is going to find that person attractive. And he has to love you and your relationship enough to say, hey, I'm going to a pool party. It sure will be nice to look at a lot of bikinis, but I am not going to be acting on anything because what I have is too important to me. And that's what makes us happy, is actually resisting things that would make us unhappy in the long run. We're going to jump to, did you guys see the Bruce Jenner interview? Who saw it? Nina?
I did see it.
You did see it?
I cried.
You cried.
I did.
Because he's a Republican?
Yes.
I
was really surprised by that.
I was devastated.
And when he said, like, I think they'd be totally fine with it, like, when he was talking about the Republicans in charge or whatever, I was like, I don't know if they'd be totally fine with it.
Anyway, we'll not talk about politics
yeah,
because
we're not going to talk about it.
because Aaron's a Republican, and I'm devastated.
Wait, no, I'm a conservative,
Okay.
not a Republican.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
all right.
but I thought people were saying that it was because the ratings would go up on the Kardashian show. I don't think it was about that at all. I think it was about, telling his story, and it helps other people. Like, people were tweeting about it that were transgender, and they were like, I'm so inspired, and, I thought it was a good thing that he did that. I mean, I may be the only one thinking that. Everyone's like, that's pathetic that he did that 2-hour interview, but
no. Oh,
liked it.
Jakey.
Explain who this person
Okay,
is.
so Bruce Jenner is the father of many, many children, and he would like to become a woman, has always felt female, and I felt like he talked to Diane Sawyer on a 2-hour special and very, very beautifully explained what it feels like to be transgender, and probably for the first time, a lot of people heard what that feels like, and I thought he did a absolutely splendid job of it. And there's Bruce Jenner. I think he's on his way to becoming a woman. And yes, Montana?
Oh, yeah, I was just going to say that I don't really, care about Bruce Jenner that much as a person.
Specifically,
That
Bruce
sounds
Jenner.
really bad.
You're not interested in Bruce Jenner specifically,
I'm
but
not-
he's so high profile that he was the perfect person to...
He was the perfect person to bring it to the mainstream
Yes.
and to have, all parts of America kind of, know what this is, know the transgender experience. And because he was, a really big athlete in, the 70s, I think,
Yes.
and he was, this, everybody thought he was super macho and this...
He was the greatest athlete in the world. He won the
Yeah, pretty much.
decathlon.
And for him to announce that he's a woman, I think that's really sends a powerful message, especially to the older generations, because I was talking to my dad about it, and he's like, yeah, I never would have thought that he was a woman, because he just always seemed like this big macho sports star guy. But
Well, he did have Dorothy Hamill's haircut. So
yes,
that's-
a lot of people in the 70s had Dorothy Hamill's haircut.
And he was very beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was. I was watching. I was like, wow, he was attractive.
Yeah, he was gorgeous. He still is. He still is. He's going to make a lovely woman, and we're thrilled for him. And I just want to see if you guys saw it and if you had any feelings, because, of course, we're very pro LGBT and trans people. We talk about trans people all the time on this show. This is the first time maybe you sat with your parents and watched something where somebody that your parents respected or your grandparents respected was saying, yeah, this is a thing, and a lot of people are this. I don't even know what the percentages are. That would be interesting to find out, but it's way more people than I had ever imagined. And so I learned a lot watching it. Anyone else have any thoughts?
I didn't watch it, but it sounded nice.
It was very. It
Wait,
was
you
watched
didn't
by
watch it?
19 million people.
I thought she watched it by the way she was talking about it.
No,
No, she-
I just heard a lot about it, and my dad, like, I've had conversations with my dad about it because he used to really like Bruce Jenner growing up, but he's like, yeah, cool, all right.
And then I watched an episode of Catfish where the guy was, or the girl was trans, and so maybe more of you saw that. Yes, Aaron.
I don't know what catfish is.
You.
Sorry.
Oh my gosh.
Well, we'll get to that. So I don't know.
Montana.
I'm just curious. Like, I'm wondering if there's like a generational kind of thing, because like I think that most people that I've interacted with, my age, around my age, like don't give this much thought. Like, oh yeah, that's happening. But then at the same time, I'm also seeing there's this huge media kerfluffle about this, and I'm like, so yeah, so like clearly this is like a big deal, and lots of people are in a frenzy about it. But then I'm looking at like my generation, and it's just like, yeah, that's happening, and
Right.
there's no big
But if I can
shock.
make the comparison between, maybe that's not a really good, maybe it's apples and oranges or apples and bananas or something like that, but it when Magic Johnson announced that he was HIV positive, everybody went, "Oh, HIV is a thing that people get." And now that Bruce Jenner is announcing that he would like to be a woman, people are like, "Oh, trans is a thing that people can be." And it just puts a really bright spotlight on it and helps everyone go, "Oh, that's a thing." And we need to pay attention to it because this important person just said so.
Absolutely, and I think that does a lot of good. But I'm also wondering, on top of that, if there's a generational kind of thing. Like, in other words, if it's going to do more, if it's not going to do much for us, but it will do a lot for you.
Right. If you're on Tumblr, you didn't need it. But if you've never opened up Tumblr and it's Stephen Bach or that's his dad's name, then it's like, oh, okay, Bruce Jenner, explain this to me. And we can pick up Bruce Jenner's new name because I don't think Bruce is going to work. But maybe he
They
would
asked
like.
him, and he said, "I'm not going to say it."
I know, but maybe he's waiting for us to help him choose one.
Okay, ready?
Ready?
Brucina?
Oh, that's what
Brucinda.
that's what
Brucinda.
Yeah.
Oh, I like
TMZ
Brucinda.
said. Bruce Lena or whatever.
This is so mean.
No,
we
he's
can't,
going to be a Bianca or something like
yeah,
that.
we can't say
Belinda.
this.
I like
Belinda.
Bianca, though. That's a nice name.
Bianca
I
Jenner
like
is.
Bianca.
I can't believe there's not a
Bianca
Kardashian
Jenner.
already named Bianca
Oh,
Jenner.
that's
No,
such a
because
good
they're all
name.
K names.
Oh, they're all K
That's why
names.
they can't have any more
Bianca.
kids.
That one. Isn't there one that's not a K name?
Oh,
North,
Robert.
North,
but nobody cares
Mason.
about Robert.
Stop saying that nobody cares about Robert.
Nobody cares about
We're moving on
Robert.
to the next
He's
question.
on the show.
Montana. He has issues.
Aaron, would you please read the question from Anonymous that's titled Trouble with the Law?
I will. This is Trouble with the Law from Anonymous, and I actually know how this goes. Like, I know more than what we've said here. So first, I'm going to read it, and I want to hear what you all say.
It's a very long thread in the app, and there
Yeah.
there is more information that we can give you if
Yes,
you're interested. Yeah.
and we need to, but
Yeah.
only after everyone's talked, because that's
Okay.
it's going to totally change their responses. All right,
Yeah, okay.
here we go. Trouble with the Law. I did a bad thing this weekend, and not just a thing like sneaking out or smoking weed, but a serious thing that can get me in trouble with serious people. Me and my friends had eaten a bunch of sugar before the thing happened, and I wasn't thinking clearly. In context of this story, when doing things that I shouldn't be doing, I usually push the rules until it's too late, and then the process starts again. So this guy, let's call him Steve, likes me, and I try not to, but he basically does whatever I say and agrees with all of my opinions. The bad thing that I did has to do with him. I'm scared that he will tell his mom and that his mom will call the cops. I made him promise/swear that he won't tell, but I don't know if he will keep his promise. In the dark place inside of me, I want everyone, even the cops and my parents, to know what I did so I could feel closure about the whole incident. Everyone at school is calling me stupid and judging me for something that lasted 5 minutes and happened when I wasn't thinking clearly. I don't know what to do, and I can't eat or sleep. Please help with this whole bad thing situation before I do something drastic and complicate my life even more.
Nina?
This scares me. What did he do? Did he
What is it?
like
It's
tell us?
I
what's in the
believe it's a
thread?
girl.
Okay, so
He or she?
okay,
Yeah.
I'm to
Oh,
save
did
to,
he?
to,
She have like?
to save us trouble. I'm going to tell you what she did.
Okay.
She used this guy's bathroom when no one was at his house.
She broke and entered his home.
Wait,
Okay,
and
really?
used his bathroom.
And we're not sure whether or not she flushed.
Okay,
No.
I don't think they're gonna arrest you for using their bathroom.
No, here's
But the reason she
If you-
thinks it's bigger than it is because she doesn't have a frame of reference concerning the law. She probably said to someone, "Hey, like, what would happen if I broke into someone's house? Would I be in big trouble?" And someone said, "Oh, yes, you would." But the truth is that like
If he
they
likes
are
you-
people you knew, and you broke into their house to use the
Yeah,
bathroom.
she
and
just needed to go to the bathroom.
that's a
Come
wrist
on.
slap. And the thing that bothers me more than her breaking the law, or breaking and entering and breaking the law, is that she felt the need, or she felt that it was okay to toy with this guy's emotions and to get him to do her bidding for her own amusement. Like, to me, that's way of a worse crime than actually sneaking into someone's house to use the bathroom. And the fact that she scared herself is a good sign, because it means she needs to look at her own behavior and ask herself, am I using people? Am I being respectful, or am I treating this person like he's disposable? Montana?
Yeah. Don't worry about like breaking into somebody's house to use their bathroom. Not like any person's house. Don't just like go.
Don't
break
come
into-
here.
Don't come here. We're still here. We will know if you break in. But like that's not something you have to be worried about, especially if it's your friend. And you can tell your parents. You can tell the cops. I guarantee they will not care. I mean,
They might laugh.
the cops will definitely laugh at you. If
I mean,
you
the
say
mother
that.
of this kid might care. Honestly, if I knew that some kid snuck into my house to use the bathroom when I wasn't home, I would be like mildly irritated.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know.
I mean, don't tell his mom. But
BZ, I did that to you. I'm sorry.
But yeah, the way she talks about him, she's like, I like him and he likes me, so
she doesn't like him. She's using
oh wait,
him.
no, she says likes me and I try not to, but he does whatever I say and he agrees with me and just is basically her little like
He's her puppet.
yeah, don't like that's not okay.
She's taking advantage of that.
That's the wrong thing that you need to be worried about. Like, don't take advantage of people. Although it is okay to like ask them, "Hey, can I
mean,
use
if
your
you
bathroom?"
if you went up to a friend the next day and were like, all right, your screen door was open and I really, really had to go to the bathroom and I snuck in. If it were a really good friend, you would both really laugh about it. But I think you feel guilty because you have been using this guy and taking advantage of his emotions, and that's why you feel so guilty. Because
definitely.
otherwise you would be willing to just confess it.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron?
Yeah, so I'm just refresh my memory, and maybe you saw. I can't remember. In the actual in the Our Place app, in the thread, did they say? Because I know that she said that she used the bathroom when no one was home, but did she say that she actually broke in, or maybe the door was left open for her? Maybe she had like coordinated this.
I don't know how she broke in. Maybe the door was left open.
Right.
But I think she felt like since nobody was home that it really was trespassing.
Right, and like here's the thing: like there's a difference between like trespassing and breaking and entering, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like one is worse than the other. Like if she broke a window to do this, then that is
That's a
that
crime.
that is worth
Why
worse.
don't you just go to McDonald's?
What? Why didn't you just go to
That's
McDonald's?
a crime.
Okay.
I have a feeling that she didn't take anything and that she didn't break anything to get in. I have a
Right.
feeling she just knows that you're not supposed to go into other people's homes.
Right. And then like if that's the case and she didn't break anything and she just kind of went in and no one was there and that was okay. I mean, if that had happened to me, I might have coordinated with this guy and like made up a little white lie about how he let me in and I used the bathroom and then I left, right?
Right, but I feel like
were
she,
you between the hours of 7 and 8 yesterday?
she doesn't feel like he's on even footing with her. She feels like she's always kind of pushing him. And
Oh, right. No, and that's another issue. Like that is, I think, the much bigger issue here,
Right.
much more than her using a bathroom.
Nikki,
Yeah, I've been that guy that's been used, and like when it's like happening, and I think it happens to everyone. But
yeah, of course.
it's
Yeah, that's why he's threatening to
Doesn't
tell
feel
his
good.
mom because he feels like,
Uh-huh.
I mean, he just feels like, all right, what am I the tool here, or am I in on the joke, or am I the joke? Like he's kind of figuring out where he stands in all this. Go ahead, Montana.
The other thing is, like, even though it's not illegal and it's really funny that you did this, like, you shouldn't generally do that. It's just kind of a strange thing to do, and if you're, I mean, like, that's not the right kind of crime that you're
Stay off the
committing.
sugar, kids.
Stay off the sugar. Also, does that actually, like, corrupt your brain at all?
I don't think sugar.
I don't think that's a
No,
thing.
I
Since
don't
you
think
mentioned
so.
smoking pot earlier,
I literally just had brownie mix before I got here, and I'm fine. I literally get the mix, and I just make the mix and eat it.
your tolerance is
Oh.
like. All right,
I
we're
know
gonna
what you
jump
mean.
on
I
to
do
the
that
next
too.
question from Hannah the Blondie. She writes, this question is for my friend. She has this problem. This boy we know has been doing bad things such as hitting her and cussing us both out. Also, at the beginning of the year, he was dating my cousin and broke her heart and bragged about it to me. Then he went calling our crushes dumb, stupid, and annoying. I'm not sure what to do about that. Then he got the best friend to date and break up with my cousin in a very cruel way. He wrote a note that said, roses are red, violets are blue, I'm dumping you, get over it. All right, his biggest crime is that he's a very bad poet. And then him and my friend both started hitting and punching her and pushing too. I'm really worried about her because she seems really upset after school. What should I do? Please help, Wheezy. I feel like these kids are maybe 12 and that this kid needs to just be avoided. Let's start with Montana and go around the room.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I thought they were just immature, and he's like, "Oh, you're stupid, and I don't like you, and I'm dumping you." But like, when it gets to like he's actually like beating her up, that's totally not okay. That's like, even if you're in a relationship, if you're not in a relationship, if it's just your friend, if it's somebody you know, you don't let somebody touch you like that.
No.
You need to like tell somebody of authority, like, hey, or talk to him yourself if you don't think you're gonna get hurt. Like, hey, you can't touch me.
Or there's two of them. Like, both go
And
to him
that's
and just say,
totally
"You know
not
what?
okay."
Stop.
Like,
Just stop.
like that's why I'm concerned about how old they are, because like if they're 12 and they're just kind of like, it's one thing.
Right.
But like, it's another thing if he continues to do this throughout his life and then like starts beating women. That's like not okay.
But Nina, you were 12 a couple minutes ago, right?
2 years ago, but yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
All right.
that's not much of a difference, but yeah, the age thing is a big thing here, because if you're 12, I'm assuming it's not punching, because you'd probably tell on this person.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're older, this is totally not okay. To Montana's point, if the older he gets, is just going to get worse if you don't stop it now.
Yeah.
And he's a jerk, obviously, especially if he's older, because what is he doing? And bragged about, like, I'm confused. How many girls are involved in this situation? There's so many different people.
Oh, just quickly, it's also like not okay if like he's hitting her and and they're 12. Like, age doesn't matter. That I'm just saying, like, when you get older, it tends to become more manipulative and like, I'm gonna keep you here, otherwise I'm gonna beat you up or something. Whereas as you're 12, you just like hit each other.
Nikki?
So what should this friend do if you're this friend in the situation?
Right,
Do you
'cause
go
that
to your
is the
parents?
question,
Do you
yeah.
go? What's the course of action here? What do you guys think?
I mean, I felt like really friendship is the course of action, because you can't tell her to get over the kid, but you can say you don't deserve a kid like this, and he doesn't deserve you. Aaron?
Right. So basically, like, I'm really worried she seems really upset after school. Yeah, she is upset justifiably because there has been no justice. Like, there's been wrongs committed and nothing done about it.
And she's had her feelings hurt, which I think
That's
is
part
the
of
main
it.
thing.
No, that's
yeah.
part of it. And, like, her feelings were hurt in the same way that she was hit. Like, it's not a different sort of course of action. This is all one stream of aggression.
Humiliation, yeah.
Right. So, first of all, right, dating, meaning the parents probably knew these boys, right? The parents were probably aware that these boys existed.
Sometimes if you're 12, they
Depends
don't.
if you're
Yeah.
12, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of
Right.
it's like, I can date you, but I can't tell anyone.
I like your soap opera voice.
Well, but here at the same time, if she broke up and she's really upset about it and it's all really terrible, probably her parents noticed something and they may have heard something. So start there, because they will be really, like, it's one thing to say, oh man, what a jerk, I can't believe he would do that to my daughter, and write that. But then on top of that, if they hear he wrote that and then they pushed her and punched her, that's it.
Yeah, it needs to stop.
Right.
Yeah, even if you're 12, you shouldn't be
no, no.
punching and
Right.
pushing
No, but
girls.
like in the eyes of the parent, that kid is done doing what he's
Oh,
doing.
yeah, you lay
He
your-
steps.
you
The
lay-
parents step in at that point.
You lay a hand on a girl in anger? Trish, what are you doing? You broke the show. So, all right, let's move on to the next question from Connor. He writes, my family doesn't support my music dreams, and they all think I should play soccer.
I'm not laughing at soccer. I'm just laughing. I'm laughing that they think that that's a more like stable,
Realistic career
yeah.
goal.
It's not. It's,
Yeah.
it's less realistic than music.
Like, I don't even know how you play the soccer. Like, what key is that in? My dad and mom blame me for having bad grades when I can't concentrate because I'm always getting yelled at. My sister is, like, perfect, and I'm kind of the rebel. So my point is that How can I deal with them always looking over my shoulder and yelling? Mostly my mom. My dad is okay sometimes. They all think that I'm never going to amount to much and it hurts. I almost started crying today, but when they told me about it, bye. All right, so I just want to throw to you guys because it's like I feel like a lot of kids grow up in a situation where it's like it looks like they're being set up to fail. Like no matter what move they make, they're going to get yelled at. And when you're a kid, you're supposed to have these interests and pursue them. You're not supposed to be thinking career-wise, and why wouldn't your parents be thrilled that you're playing music when it's such a wonderful talent to cultivate? Go ahead, Montana.
Yeah. I think you can learn a lot just from the first sentence where his or her, I don't know.
It's a boy.
His parents like have these super unrealistic expectations where most parents are like, you can't play music, you should be a doctor. They're like, you can't play music, just be the world's best soccer player, just be David Beckham. All right? Yeah, but it does seem a lot like parents are trying to set up their kids to like fail and they're always yelling at them. And I think this is kind of a part of like middle school, like that kind of age, like your parents don't really know how to deal a lot with like they're not kids anymore, so I can't control them fully, but they're not adults, so they can't do anything.
Well, Nino, how do you feel about how parents think, oh, well, you know, you're mine, and so you're going to have the interests that the reason I had children was so that you would be into sports like me. Like, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I get this because my dad is like this. My mom, I'm so lucky that she's fully supportive of music with me, but with middle school and stuff, I feel like I have a friend that her parents have become less supportive now that she's a senior because she doesn't really know what she wants to do still, and they're like, you got to be a doctor, or like I feel like in the situation that I've seen, it gets worse when they get older.
Oh, okay.
Because well, sometimes, but it works both ways. But in middle school, I feel like these parents should not be putting down their children's dreams at I don't know how old she is. I wish these people would like put their age when they do the app, but it's like she should probably.
I think Connor's a boy.
Oh, I can't talk. He needs to talk to his parents and say, you know, this is what I want to do. I'm my own person. I know you're my parents. I live under your roof. You do all these things for me, but this is what I want to do, and I will entertain your idea, but not. I don't really know. I'm still young. I do not know what this is.
Nikki?
Also, every parenting expert out there is going to tell you to do as many things as possible, especially in middle school. Be as diverse as possible in your activities and you know, don't stick to one thing. Don't try to stick on a certain path when you're 13 years old. It's not a smart idea. You're going to get burned out.
A lot of parents are really strict about sports. Like their kid has to have a sport every year, and if they don't, it's like, oh, you can do music, but you have to have I've seen that a lot, even like very well-rounded parents. It's like, well, you don't have the option to not do a sport. You have to do at least one sport per season. Aaron?
Okay, so it's so confusing that they want to do sports over music. Like I'm trying to get over that. Have you explained to them, and you probably haven't because it sounds like you're not really on great speaking terms with your parents all the time, but like it might go a long way to say, listen, if you want me to do something that's like exercise, I understand that.
Right.
I'm happy to do that, but I'm not into sports. I want to do music, and even if I don't wind up in a music career, that's something I will always have. Music is something I will always be able to do, unlike sports. Eventually that goes away.
I disagree. I think that music and sports throughout life both have equal value. You can do music and sports throughout life. You may not always be able to play football unless you're a Kennedy and you have a like really big lawn, but you can always do sports, and you should always do sports. And music is the same. Like those are both two really great skills for a child to cultivate, but neither one is probably, unless you're Nina, going to be a professional career. So why do they care which one you pursue? Montana, and then back to Aaron.
Okay. Also, like, I kind of had this as a kid. Like, it wasn't that my parents were unsupportive of, like, music and stuff, but I do remember them, like, always being on my back about something, and I didn't know why. And they, I just remember them yelling at me a lot for, like, and we would have, like, petty fights about nothing. And I think that could also play a lot into that, because if your parents are rational at all, they probably know that you're not going to be, like, the next World Cup star or something. No offense, but doesn't seem like you want to. But I think it might be possibly like how you guys are interacting. So if at all possible, you can like whenever you're talking to them, whenever they're yelling at you, respond in a really almost irritatingly calm tone, because they can't like be like, oh, I don't like that tone, because you're just like keeping it calm and not reacting to the stuff they say, which is one of the hardest things to do. I know from personal experience, but like it works out really well, and then eventually you'll have like a lot better relationships with both your parents, and that's actually like come to find later in my life, that's actually awesome.
And one of the things that you can try, because it sounds like your parents are just really frustrated, it may or may not be about sports or music or what have you. It may just be that they're frustrated and then they say something really negative to you that makes you feel like crying. And you could say, you know, I am far more likely to succeed if I know that you are in my corner and that you believe in me. Your belief in me is more important than anyone else's belief in me in this world. And I need to have that in order to succeed. So can we please get on the same page regarding that, Aaron?
Yeah, and not to mention, you'll do better at things that you're enjoying, right? Things you want to do or things you do better at. So back to what Montana was saying about your relationship with your parents. You said here in your question, they blame you for getting bad grades. You're always getting yelled at. They're looking over your shoulder and yelling. So I'm wondering, what are they yelling at? Like, they're looking over your shoulder. What are they seeing? Why are they yelling? What is spurring this? Is like, and I'm not saying there is, but I'm like, ask yourself, is there something that you are doing? And
it could be the grades,
right? And like, the thing is, are you trying your hardest, right? Because like, you owe that to yourself, not to them. You should try your hardest in school and do as much as you can do, right? You know what you're capable of. Fulfill that, and hopefully your parents understand that if they're reasonable. And that's all they should expect of you. And if they're not, then they're the unreasonable ones, and you shouldn't worry too much about what's going, which is also kind of unreasonable to say.
I mean, let's say they walk by your room and they see you playing the guitar when they think you should be doing your homework. It may be just as simple as that. And so as long as your responsibilities are met, maybe they'll be more willing to adjust to your interests. Nina, and then we're going to jump to the next question.
I'm going to change my answer a bit.
All right.
With the music thing, I don't know how old you are, but if you're really young, sometimes it can be hard for parents to grasp the idea that this is really what you want to do. Because people will, because even to me, I'll say I want to be a singer, like, are you sure, sort of thing. And I'm like, yes, it's the only thing I can imagine myself doing. So you have to make sure that this is really what you want to do. You can do it on the side for fun. There's no rule against not playing the guitar when you want to in your room. But with your grades, I used to have this issue. Now I'm actually really focused on my schoolwork, but I would always get yelled at by my parents because I wasn't doing well, because I was really focused on music. But you have to find a balance to both help yourself and your parents. So that's
very well said. Jacob writes.
The next question, you ready for Skype tonight?
Oh, yeah. Who's calling?
Miss Jordan, Chris Colfer.
Let's have her call. Is she on the line?
She's going to be in probably...
All right.
30 seconds.
And then we're going to take Jacob's question.
Great.
And let's see what Jordan is going to have. Maybe she'll show us a different... Hi, Jordan. Maybe you can request a different angle of her room tonight. Hi.
Hi.
How are you? Can you show us a different angle of your room tonight? Not really.
Sure.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me stand up.
Or just hold an item up that's new to us every week. Oh, wow. Those are some cool posters. Can you describe what we're seeing? Do you have Rick Astley?
It's a Audrey Hepburn poster.
Audrey Hepburn, nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
And other stuff.
What else? Who else did we see up there?
The premiere before the Fault in Our Stars.
My Stars, right. Very good.
Of course.
Chris Colfer from Glee. Yes. Your husband.
And the clock that's
Breakfast at Tiffany's.
behind.
Hey, pretty nice room. Nice room. Did you have a comment tonight? I like your expressions. It's so great being able to see people. She's so cute.
Well, thank you.
Did you have any comments tonight about what we've been talking about? Not
Some
really?
of the stuff is interesting. I'm just gonna say that.
All right. Well, then we're doing a good job. We're doing our job tonight. You know what?
Yeah.
You know what your job is next, Jordan. Now that
Huh.
now that you've been our Skype caller and everybody knows what you look like, is to travel to LA and be on our show, be a guest on the show.
That's a plan.
That's the plan. All right. So we're going to be seeing you in person soon. All right. Have a good night. Bye.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, so Jacob writes, I'm 13 and my cousin is 20. We are friends, but I want to be best friends. I don't know what to do to become best friends. Any thoughts? I mean, there is an age gap. A 20-year-old is an adult and a 13-year-old is a child. They're cousins and they're going to know each other all their lives. But what this guy wants right now is like, oh, man, this cousin is the coolest person in the world, and I just want to be his best friend. Aaron?
Right. So this is the 13-year-old trying to who thinks that this 20-year-old person is the coolest person,
Right.
and wants to be best friends with this person.
Right.
Okay. So I'm just gonna say it's a bit unrealistic. I mean, you can like each other and you can be friends, and that's great, and I hope you are. But you need to understand he runs in totally different circles. I mean, what are you doing at 13? What is he doing at 20?
I think the title best is really not essential. I have a cousin, Joanna, who at one point she was 13 and I was 20, whatever. And I would say today she is one of my best friends. So because she's my my baby cousin, and I feel like a very special bond with her. Because of our age gap and what and the role that I played in helping her grow into a beautiful young woman, and the role that she played in my life and we played in each other's lives was because of I was older enough to guide her. And let this guy be your mentor. Don't try to define this as anything other than what it is. Nina?
I read this and I thought it was so cute.
Yeah, it is
It's
cute.
really cute. I was looking up to his cousin. Yeah, I agree with you. It's more of a mentor, friendly, loving relationship. Because when you're best friends with your cousin, it's almost not as good because it's not, I don't know how to explain it. It's when you're best friends with somebody, it's different than family.
Well, my best friend growing up was my cousin Lois. We were the same age. But we were the same age.
when you're different ages.
When you're different ages, it's just
I feel
not.
like it should be mentor,
Exactly.
loving. When you get older, you could I feel like you need to build that. There's nothing really you can do to become best friends that quickly.
Right,
but,
and when you're both
yeah.
adults, it all evens out. Montana?
Yeah, I think you could be better friends. Maybe that's a better term, but I don't think you're going to be best friends right now as you think of it, how you think of it, because just the fact that there's a huge age gap, and even though it's only 7 years, that doesn't seem a lot when you're older, but right now it's going to be a huge thing. So you can be much better friends and be much closer and learn a lot from him, and he can learn a lot from you, and you guys can hang out and do stuff together, and that's fine because you're cousins and you do that sort of stuff, but it's going to be different. And then your relationship will change once you get older and continue to be friends. But the other thing is, I think that he wants to be friends with his cousin because it's oh, he's so cool, he's older, he knows all this stuff. I'm not 20, I'm 17, but that's closer than 13, so I can guarantee you when you're older, and I remember thinking when I was younger, thinking that oh wow, they're 17, they really know a lot of stuff, they do all this stuff, and now you just realize wow, I'm not cool at all. I don't know what I'm doing. I can't pay the rent, I can't feed myself, I barely know how to drive places.
This just got depressing, Montana.
I know nothing of what I'm doing with my life.
We think you're pretty cool, Montana.
Thanks.
All right, this question from Anonymously Dancing. I feel foolish for falling for straight guys. I don't know why I am. I know most of them are nice and just comfortable with their straight sexuality, that they can hug me and walk with their arm around me and everything, but sometimes I get crushes on straight guys. Do bi-curious guys even exist? So what he's really asking is, okay, these straight guys that have their arm around me, could one of them have a crush on me? Do I dare hold out hope? And I would answer that with yes. But at the moment, if someone is saying that they're straight, you have to respect what they're saying at the moment. And in school, you don't have that much exposure to how many gay people are really in the world. And so in school, all gay guys get crushes on straight guys. It's just because that's who's there. Aaron.
Right. So just to answer the question at the very end, do bi-curious guys even exist? Yes. I will also say, picture in your mind any sexuality you can think of. Does that exist? Probably.
Right.
Almost definitely.
But you know that hidden in this question is that guy with his arm around me. Could he actually like me? That's what he's really asking. Montana?
I actually. Oh, sorry, I keep knocking your mic
You
over.
do.
Yeah,
doing
it's Jake is really
Sorry.
annoyed with you.
I actually do think that he probably has like a little bit curiosity with him because like a lot of guys can say that they're straight and maybe they might be straight, but sometimes they do fall for other guys or like
Or at
other
least have a
people
boy crush
of
or
other
something,
genders. Yeah, and that's of course that's a thing. Like what Aaron was saying, all sexualities are a thing. But if they do say that they're straight, you kind of gotta be like, you're straight.
Yeah, just so he knows
But-
that you wish that he weren't, and then
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, I think just don't hold out. I mean, don't give up hope. You're definitely gonna like fall for gay guys later, or guys who you think are straight but are actually gay. I think straight guys or guys who won't admit that they're bi-curious are kind of all that's in most schools. So, and it's not your fault that you're falling for people like this. That you don't know that they might be falling for you too, and there are probably a lot of kids in your school who feel the same way as you
Yeah,
do.
I mean, there's people at your school that have a crush on you that you don't even know have a crush on you, and
Yeah.
and I think it's very cool that straight guys can walk arm in arm with gay guys and feel great because they know who they are. But at the moment, if he's saying he's straight, you just have to accept that that's what he's saying until something else. But you can do what Montana said and let him know, like, oh, if I wish you were gay, you know, like, if only. Or like, don't tease me. I mean, it's so fun to be just funny about it. Like, you know, like, oh, my beating heart. Like, you know, you can say stuff like that and like,
if they're comfortable with that. I know a lot
They
of straight
will be.
guys who are not,
if
but
they
like
if they have their arm around
If
you,
they're
If they're
really,
good
yeah,
friends.
I feel like if
Yeah.
they're putting their arm around you and being accepting, and I feel like that.
you know, because I see a lot of straight guys and gay guys just always teasing about cuddling or, just anything you can think of. It's just
I
fun.
know straight guys that talk about cuddling.
Of
jokingly,
course.
So.
I know straight guys that wrestle each other and are just always just on top of each other, and it's like, you guys are like puppies. Like, I don't even know what this is, but it's hilarious. And because I like when boundaries come down and everybody's just more real, but I get that you're in that moment where you're just like, I just want to look longingly. I don't want someone just playing like he's walking arm in arm with me. I want somebody really to feel that they love me. Go ahead, Aaron.
I'm just curious. All right, so like, man crushes for all the guys in here. Do you have a man crush?
Good question.
Jake, do you have a man crush?
I'll tell you my girl crush if you tell me your man crush. Trish is like,
Old
no.
Spider-Man.
No one
Old
cares
cool
what you think.
Spider-Man.
Old school Spider-Man is your man crush?
Old school Spider-Man. Who played that?
No, the concept of old school Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like the
No.
like the fresh out of high school super nerdy dude who just gets superpowers and starts swinging
like
around.
back before Spider-Man was ruined by most things that are Spider-Man.
Right.
I
exactly.
gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, Aaron.
All right,
boy,
that's fair.
Boy crush.
Chris Evans.
Who's? All right, Nikki.
Oh, is that the guy?
The movie The Social Network. Eduardo from The Social Network, the actor who plays Andrew Garfield.
Oh, what's his
But
name?
only within the context
Oh,
of
he
The
has to
Social
be
Network.
that
It's the
character.
persona.
in
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Chris Evans in Captain America. Yeah.
Montana girl crush.
This one is hard. Oh God,
Oh,
so
there he
many.
is. Put him up.
Many.
Jakey, put him up. Whose boy crush is
Oh,
that?
that guy? Ew.
Oh, that's Tobey
That's not-
Maguire.
Isn't he Harry Potter?
No, that's Tobey Maguire, and he was Spider-Man for the first 3 movies.
Okay, no, I just said Harry Potter. I'm so stupid. Spider-Man. I correct
Yeah,
myself.
that's
All
Tobey
right.
Maguire.
Wait, that can't be your girl crush. That's a boy.
Me?
No, that was Jake.
Oh no,
Oh,
I
wait,
was.
Jake.
I
That
thought
was
it was
Jake.
that person. No,
Oh,
no,
okay.
no.
Montana's girl crush.
Oh God, this is so hard.
Should we come back to
Helena Bonham Carter.
you? Okay, good pick.
I love
good
her,
pick.
but
Me-
especially from Fight Club, where she was all gross.
I like how
Like,
you
I don't know
picked
why
them
I
in a
like that.
specific role. Like
Yeah.
the rest of the time, I would not date her.
No. I absolutely would. I would just prefer, like, if we were dating, like, hey, can you go back to when you look like you're on meth all the time?
Oh my God, Montana.
Can I not say that on the
Nina, any girl crush?
I honestly don't know. If I had to pick, I'm gonna say what I think if Jordan's still listening, Audrey Hepburn.
Okay,
Yeah.
I
Oh,
think
she's
that's
great.
every girl's
She's
girl
great.
crush, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Okay, I'll be different.
No,
Oh,
Emma Watson. Emma Watson is every girl's girl crush.
No,
Oh,
mine
yeah,
is
I'm
Catherine
Emma
Hepburn.
Watson.
Oh, is it?
Why not? She wore pants.
I'm
Little Edie.
Huh? Who's Little Edie?
The Yeah, that one.
Oh, Helena Bonham Carter. Yeah.
No, I take that back because I love her, but what's her name? Christina Hendricks. She's
Okay,
so
find her,
hot.
Jake.
Oh, wait, Emma Stone.
She is so hot.
Emma Stone,
especially
okay.
in Mad Men.
Which one is Christina Hendricks?
Christina Hendricks is
Who does she play on Mad Men?
Joan. She's
Oh,
Joan.
Joan. Wow,
Yeah, Joan.
Joan's adorable.
She's so hot. Oh my god.
There's a lot of her.
Yes, there's a lot of
What
Joan.
about like boy crush? And then
Trish doesn't like me talking about myself. Every time the idea of me saying anything about my own feelings, I see this across the room. Oh, God, Wheezy, nobody cares. For the love of, just please. You're going to say the Cowsills and nobody wants to know.
has anyone heard of Justin Hartley?
No, I haven't. How cute is he?
I've heard the
He's
name.
on my favorite soap opera. I'm such a nerd. My brother calls me a 40-year-old mom because I like soap operas. But Justin Hartley.
All right, find him,
on
Jake.
Young and the Okay, they don't have good Google. They don't.
To find last.
Yeah,
that's Joan.
No, that's Christina Hendricks.
They
Yeah.
don't have good
Oh,
pictures
yes.
of him on Google. But if you watch him on Young and the Restless,
He's cute.
oh my god,
He's cute. All right. Well, you can start an Instagram fan page for him and cultivate some really good pictures.
I have many fan pages that I used to use, and now I've just decided that I'm going to branch out from that.
All right. So are you still into your what's your main squeeze?
He is not my main
Sean-
squeeze. Oh
Sean-
my god.
Because he's been getting a lot of press lately, and I've been seeing his picture more and more. He is
Oh,
cute.
really?
Shawn
Yeah.
Mendes is.
I think he's gay, maybe. I'm not really sure about it.
Doesn't matter.
I mean, no, I still like him.
Yeah.
No, I still like him, but I'm just saying it's disappointing because we're close in age, and that could have been a thing. But
It could have been a thing.
whatever.
It's good.
All you
It's
have
gonna
to do
be.
is like meet him and fall in love.
I've met him a few times. and
Oh,
he's
seriously?
Really nice. Well,
Wait, what does he do?
he sings.
Plays the guitar and
Oh!
sings. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Whoever
not that
has to
guy who was
find
at the
this-
Olympics?
This guy.
Oh yeah.
I thought he was the guy who was on
Who's
the
this?
snowboard and he's like, woo, snowboard.
That's Shaun
That's
White.
Shaun White.
When Montana acts out people, it's the best. Do it again. This is Montana acting out Shaun White. Go back to Montana.
Ooh, snowboard.
I'm on a snowboard. That's
I
how you
won the
know.
Olympics.
All right, this question from Pretty Little. Right? Serious question, right? Montana, read this one.
Oh,
It's too long for me to read.
Break up, second thoughts. I dated this guy, then then broke up with him because I didn't know him well enough. He started dating my best friend, and they only told me after it started. I pretended to be okay. Now I've realized I still have feelings for him, and my best friend does too. I don't know what to do. Also, he's been quiet lately and has avoided me a bit, and been looking at both of us and staring away. Probably think about something. Can he tell me what he's thinking and what's happening? How do I tell my best friend, and does he like me or her? They hugged, but only for a dare, and I feel really jealous. What?
This
What?
is 11-year-olds.
Oh,
then,
okay.
right? I'm guessing. Because if they're dating and they hugged on a dare, then they're really young, right? Keep
or
going.
Amish.
Or Amish, right?
On our place app.
We should have an Amish.
Hashtag
section.
Amish. Because they
Amish
can't
place,
read it anyway.
Amish place.
Amish advice.
I know if I told her she'd break up with him and secretly hate me, so what should I do?
All right, so they broke up. Now he's dating her. The thing that I go back to is I didn't know him well enough, and that's why she
Yeah.
broke up. He started
Yeah.
dating my best friend, and they only told me after. Do you think that you should, Aaron, you explain this.
Okay, so, all right. First of all, can I just say, before I say anything else, that what has happened in this whole scenario is you were very quick to drop him, and he's moved on, and you haven't. That is what's happening. That's just straight up how it's
So
going.
you don't need to interpret any look you're getting, because until he breaks up with her and wants to talk to you about rekindling, but it's always going to be problematic because the older you get, the more of a thing it is to bounce between two girls that are best friends. Like, you have to really pick out who you're dating and who you're just friends with, or it blows up entire circles of friends. Right, Aaron?
Yeah. Also, like what you were saying, like, oh, they only told me after they got together. Well, sometimes things just happen, and suddenly you're in a relationship, right? Like that
Also, if they're
happens.
only hugging on a dare, I'm putting them at about 11 years of age, which a lot of rules don't apply because people haven't learned them yet. So you have to allow for that.
Right, but most importantly, he's in a relationship right now, which means he's off the table, so it doesn't matter. It does not matter at all.
So you don't think
if
that
he
she
likes
should
her.
tell her friend that she still has a crush or tell the boy that she still has a crush? She should just
No.
stay quiet?
Quite frankly, and a little harshly, she had her chance, and she let him go.
Wow, I'm glad you're not my dad. Montana.
Okay, I think I kind of agree with Erin. Like, she had a chance, she let him go. My question is, she's like, I dated this guy, then I broke up with him because I...
Oh my God! What are you doing?
That's our fan base right there.
Oh.
Amish place.
Amish place. Where we can show our ankles.
Oh, go back to the question. Good one, Jake. I love when you spring that stuff on us.
Now. That was too good.
I don't. Justin is. The
Justin did that?
I
wanna
just,
see-
I just look up
Justin,
and there's just Amish
Google
people.
Amish with boombox.
You got it.
Let's see if we have that. Because then they're listening. You know what they're listening to? They're listening to our show.
Oh,
Gangster's Paradise.
but
Yeah.
Oh, I love Amish Paradise.
But anyway, my problem with this is that she said, I dated this guy, then I broke up with him because I didn't know him well enough. How do we fix that? Keep dating, keep talking. But, like, you don't break up with somebody because you don't know them well enough. That defeats the purpose. Then you don't get to know them well enough.
Well, that's that whole thing of dating someone that you don't know yet, and then
And also
standing
don't do
there
that.
and
That's
not
terrible.
knowing what to say to the other person.
That's
And
the-
like, do you push through that fear, or do you just go, I'm not ready to date, and then watch him date someone else? I mean, these are really, really amateur mistakes because
Yeah.
you guys are amateurs at dating. So
Uh-huh. You
I
should
know it's
absolutely be
heartbreaking, but
friends first.
let's hear what Nina has to say.
Okay, I'm gonna keep in mind that they're either Amish or 11, but
Right. Or both.
yeah, I thought it should be almost the other way around. If you start dating someone and you don't know them well enough, you should keep dating them, but you shouldn't start dating someone if you don't know them well enough.
That's also true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and with the whole hug and dare, I don't. So that's what the 11 was.
Hug and Dare is the name of my new game show.
But who is? I know she might not have a problem with it, but who is this best friend that started dating her ex-boyfriend
Another
right after they
11-year-old.
broke up?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm assuming because they're 11, she doesn't have a problem with it. But if they were older, she would have a problem with it.
And now you're learning what not to do because you have these emotions that are very real.
Yeah, I don't want to create a problem between you and your friend, but that's sort of
Right,
slimy.
and you can say to her, look, I think we both like the same boy, because I think
she
that,
has a right to.
I
to
think
talk
there should
to
be a
her.
little bit more transparency than what Erin is advocating. But Erin, go.
Well, I think that there's nothing that needs to be transparent about this.
She has feelings.
No, I know that, but like,
Amish with boombox. I'm so happy about it.
oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Is that a real picture?
Yeah, that's a real.
Really?
Well,
real boombox.
no,
They have a boombox?
no, but the thing, like, they might have it and
it's
then not
butter
and-
churn powered.
No, they might have it and then not use it and like sell it or something, right? Like they do that. They could do that. Like they might have it and not use it and give it to someone else.
Well, that would be so sad for them because there's such good music in
Anyway,
the world. Yeah.
no, it's too English.
Anyway, what does this kid do? Because right now she's gonna have to either just stuff her feelings and say like, "Oh, you had your chance," but like she was 11, so
right, okay, so this is all just one big learning experience,
Right.
and it's gonna be painful, and you're gonna do so much better after this that you're gonna forget all about this in about a year.
Oh, I know,
And-
but right now it hurts.
Right, and right now, I'm sorry. Like, mistakes were made on everybody's part, and she shouldn't have dated this kid so quickly because that's really kind of nasty of her to do after you break up with him. Like, what was she thinking? But also, you've also learned on your half, right? Like, probably most effective, happy relationships start from a friendship that then ascends into a
Right.
romantic relationship.
But
It's because you get to know them, and then feelings grow and are sustained over time.
You
and
get to
et
know
cetera, et
them
cetera.
what they're doing to their other girlfriends
Right.
before you date.
But I do know that a lot of kids find themselves dating because somebody said, "Do you like Billy?" and somebody asked Billy, "Do you like Cindy?" and so people.
And then you feel like you have to like Billy because he likes you and you want a boyfriend. And
Right,
Yeah,
and then you don't know
because
each
you're
other.
11,
Yeah,
or you're from
and then
Amish
you let
town.
him go, and now he likes someone else.
Uh-huh.
But you should have gotten to know him better. I just feel like it's your best friend, and that it'd be okay if you just said, I don't want a boy to ever split us up, but right now I kind of still have a crush on the guy.
I think it's okay to talk with your best friend about how you feel,
yeah,
but you should tell her, like, I don't want you to make any decisions based on how I feel. Do the decisions on how you feel, but know that it kind of hurt me, and maybe next time, like, don't date a guy after I, like, just dumped him.
yeah.
But, like, also, just know that your friend will probably definitely break up with him within a week because of the fact that if you didn't know him, she probably also doesn't know him very well.
Mhm.
and she'll be weirded out by that. So
Yeah, and if it takes a dare for them to hug, then not
They're
seeing much
11 or
sparks
Amish.
here, but they're 11. All
Sparks
right, so
fly.
I don't know. We have 6 minutes. Is this enough time to handle greasy hair solutions?
Yes.
All right, Nikki, you have to read this question and pretend you're Nico and that you're making fun of it.
I wish Nico was here.
I know. You don't have to. I'm just teasing you.
Anonymous, greasy hair solutions. Okay, so after every shower, I dry my hair and brush it normal, and it feels/looks soft and silky. But lately, it has been greasy and looks gross. I'm not doing anything differently. What is happening?
Puberty! Oh, that was all I had. Anyway, Nina?
You need to shower every day or use dry shampoo.
Dry shampoo's the best.
There you go.
can also
Or-
put powder
or
on your brush.
Baby powder in your
if you
hair
have
before
blonde
you fall
hair,
asleep.
you can totally get away with putting
Oh, yeah.
powder.
Not if
Well,
you
I
have
actually have
black
never
hair.
done
No,
it.
no.
I'm like a clean freak, so I need to shower every day, or else I get upset.
So your hair always looks good. But someone else in the app said you should switch your shampoos, right, Laura? Because your hair gets all built up with the same ingredients that are in one shampoo, and like switch another shampoo and it washes out all of that stuff. And so don't always use the same shampoo. Like trade it up. Go ahead, Montana.
The other thing is maybe you should not shower every day because I know that sounds gross to Nina.
You can shower.
Because if
And
I,
I'm the same
after
way.
one day, my hair
Mhm.
gets greasy.
I'm the same way. Like
It's
I
nuts.
I
I
like
hate it.
showering every day, but the thing about that is it's not good for you and it can actually make your hair and skin greasier because your glands will like overproduce oil, especially like if you use really harsh skin products like makeup remover, really harsh face wash. Like I used Proactive for a little bit and it made me break out really bad because it made my
Proactive works so well.
not on me.
We
It
are
made-
so different.
It made my skin like have a layer of oil like this thick because it was just overproducing because it was like really harsh. So you can try that. You sometimes it's your diet, so like eat less Cheetos.
But I do think that people are just kind of producing more oils when they're going through puberty.
That's also a thing.
And that you'll pass through this.
Mhm.
And I also feel like everyone has to figure out the
Mhm.
grooming that works
Mhm.
best for them. Like Nina likes to
Mhm.
shower every day, and like maybe everybody should be clean and smell nice, but maybe your hair doesn't need to be shampooed every day.
Mhm.
Maybe every other day is better for your type of hair, your type of skin.
Mhm.
Everyone has to figure it out, but I don't think it's permanent, and I don't
Mhm.
think other people are looking at you and saying, "Oh my gosh,
Mhm.
why is your hair so gross?"
The other thing is if you live by an ocean, this is just something that works for me. But when my hair feels greasy, I just go in the ocean, and then it's like awesome and it's soft and it doesn't look like a mermaid and stuff. So anyway,
Wow, mermaid hair tips.
Is that because of the
The
salt?
ocean makes my hair
Yeah.
disgusting.
You
We
guys
such
are opposites.
We
We
are
have
such
different hair.
opposites. We are such opposites. Montana.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can be your friend anymore.
yeah,
Some-
we're not the same hair type, so
There are hair types.
yeah, there
Yeah.
are many hair types.
There are
How
many
often
hair
do
types.
boys shampoo
Do
their
our
hair?
hair look the
well,
same?
I shower and shampoo every day.
Every day.
I'm with you there.
Whenever possible, I shower and shampoo every day.
Mm-hmm.
So, Oh, someone on Periscope apparently just said wash your pillowcases,
Ooh.
which
Wash
is
your
really
brushes, too.
smart.
That is a good
Oh,
tip.
and wash your brushes too. Apparently, good tips. Thank you, Periscope.
I shower with my pillowcase daily.
Over your head or just like
Yeah,
next to you?
It's
Like a drainer.
It's,
I gotta
it's,
wash that
it's
grease
called the-
right out of my hair.
it's called the kidnap simulator shower movement.
Right.
Yeah.
And
where-
I just all my clothes. I go in there, get everything done in
And-
one.
yeah, and then you have the bag over your
How
head.
often do you shampoo your hair, Jake?
I shower and shampoo every other day.
Every other day, Nikki?
Yeah.
Shower every day, shampoo every other.
Every
day.
other day. Yeah, my hair doesn't like it if you shampoo it every day, but
My hair loves it.
well, you have a lot.
I have too
you-
much
right,
hair.
You're a
No,
Goldilocks.
see, but I'm like Nina. Like, let's say I wake up at so I'm up, I'm ready to go at like 9ish, and then I'm asleep by like 2ish, and by the time I'm asleep, my hair is totally oily. Like,
Really?
oh
you
yeah.
go to sleep at 2 p.m.?
AM.
Okay, for a second I was like, Aaron, what's going on
He's
here?
asleep now.
I never sleep.
You never sleep?
I go
That's
to sleep
not
at
good.
like 2 a.m. and wake up at 6 without an alarm.
No.
And
way.
I'm never tired.
Really?
That's amazing.
It's an issue.
It's an issue.
Trust me, it'll be more of an issue when you are tired when you wake up at 6, which will happen.
I used to sleep in, and I'm foot backwards. Usually when people are younger, they wake up early. But now, as I'm getting older, I wake up. I can't sleep in.
That's so funny
I'm
though
so
because
confused.
sometimes I can't physically wake up at the right time because I've learned to turn off my alarm in my sleep. Like even if it's across my room, I'll wake up like in my sleep and just
Levitate,
turn it
hover.
off, go back to sleep. My parents will be like, "Why are you still here?" And I'm like, "Nothing went off.
I
Nobody told
sleepwalk.
me." I used to do that too. I used to sleep yell at my mom.
Sleep yell.
I go downstairs and get water and then fall asleep on the couch sometimes, and I don't remember that I did
That's
that. And I
great.
feel like this would become an issue because I might leave the house.
Yeah.
and
You could break into someone's house and use the bathroom
Some-
in your sleep.
that might.
We have to say
You might
goodbye.
hear it on the news.
I might hear it on the news, yes. You have been a wonderful and captivating audience. We loved being with you. We are Our Place Out Loud, and we will see you next week. Thank you, Laura and John, for helping with the show.
I feel like when the show ends.
I've been out there wandering. I've been in here wondering, hoping, reaching, or wishing I could find my way. Then I found our place, where we can dream and share it. Our place, you'll find a friend to care it. I may look a little hazy and I may feel a little crazy. I'm sifting through confusion and I'm searching for solutions, and I know I'm answer bound, 'cause I found our place, where we can dream and share it. Our place, you'll find a friend to care it. Hear you, heal you, steer you back to kindness. Your soul may be in tatters. You'll learn what really matters. Our place, where we can dream and share it. Our place, you'll find a friend to care it. Hear you, heal you, steer you back to kindness. Your soul may be in tatters. You'll learn what really matters. Our place, where we can dream and share it. Our place, you'll find a friend to care it. Our place, where we can dream and share it. Our place, you'll find a friend to care it. Hear you, heal you, steer you back to kindness. Your soul may be in tatters. You'll learn what really matters. Our place, where we can dream and share it. Our place, you'll find a friend to care it. Our place, you're not alone at our place. I've been out there